Focus wheel is where first you acknowledge that you're not where you want to be. So that's where you get the cleanup part. But then you find something, you find the other end of that, which is where you want it to be. And you put that in the center of your wheel. And then you just focus on all the things in your world that already match that center. So it really is tuning yourself to what is wanted, which automatically tunes you away from what is not wanted. That's easier said than done, because the done part is impossible for this reason. You can't buck your own current. So when you say, I'm just going to forget about this thing I'm thinking about. No, you're not. You're not going to forget about it. You're not going to forget about it. You got to think about something else. And if you try to think about the exact opposite of the thing that you're trying to forget about, you still don't forget about it. You still think about it in the way that it is. For a long time, we've been saying, when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And we've been saying that every subject is like a stick that you pick up. You activate the subject, and wanted is on one end of it, and the absence of what is wanted on the other end of it. And it's helpful for you to know which end of the stick you're on before you pick it up or before you focus on it. But here's the deal. We talked about this already here today. Most people pick up the stick because it's a problem with the stick they want to fix. That's the reason that you're on most subjects, is because you're trying to improve the subject. Haven't you noticed? Well, we're trying to help you to get oriented differently. We want you to pick up the stick for the pleasure of it, but most of you are trying to fix things. And so most people activate the subject because they're trying to improve it in some way, which kind of works against you. So let's pick up a stick, throw out a subject, doesn't matter what it is. How things have been going for me, the manifestation in my life right now, which equals the way I usually think about it. In other words, the physical human approach to the money thing. Like, I want more work, and I want more money, and I want more money for the work that I'm doing, and I want to inherit something. In other words, it's all about the manifestation parts of it. And so let's put get more money. Let's etch that into the stick. But on the other end of the stick, let's etch something different. Let's etch freedom and fun and ease and happy and flowers and jumping whales. So now approaching the stick differently. Now you're looking for the feeling of the stick, not the practicality of the stick. See how it shifts? Now you've got that stick, but you're focused in a non-resistant way. Because all that money that you want is for freedom and choices and expansion and opportunities and fun. And so you're less likely to activate the resistant part of it just by approaching it that way. You are more than you see. There's the practical you, human you, doing you, and there's the non-physical you. There's the non-resistant you, and there's the sometimes resistant you. There's the non-physical, non-resistant you who is looking for the essence of life, not the material things. And then there's the physical you who wants the material things and should, who thinks that the material things will bring the spiritual things. And there's the non-physical you that knows that the spiritual things don't need the physical things. But there's the physical you that wants to need the physical things in order to have the non-physical things. And well, you should. You are on the leading edge. You came to hook up to source energy and to turn your thoughts to things, to lovely things that thrill you, to lovely things that feel better than when they weren't there. But if you're so humanly oriented and the absence of those things is so pressing in your experience, you just can't get there from there. You can't get there from there. But you can get there from freedom and ease and joy and self-love. In other words, there's all kinds of evidence of your alignment and your universal spiritual prosperity that you have instant access to. And then when you layer onto that, that the reason you want that is for that anyway, and you can have that now. The reason you want that manifestation is because you think that manifestation will lead to these good feelings. And isn't it a little ironic that you can get those feelings without that? But then when you get those feelings, all that must come.
The truth is that once you feel good, you start to easily attract what you desire. When we make feeling good our priority by staying spiritually connected, then everything else can flow. Stay with us and you will feel better.
Don't try to get too specific about what it is. You see, often people say, well, I want more money and I'm going to do it in this way and this way. And so it's not only what I want, but you try to figure out how it's going to come, when it's going to come, where it's going to come from, who's going to be part of it. And when you ask all those questions to which you don't have answers, you pile all these engines going the other way on your train. Where if you just talk about what you want and why you want it, now you're open-ended going that way. You're not bringing any undue resistance to your equation. And then the ideas unfold along the way, because it is certain that all that you intended as you came into this physical body is in your vortex, and all that you've picked up along your physical trail is in there, and your inner being knows everything about who you are and what you want, and knows the path that will bring you the most success. And do you know what your inner being terms success? Your happiness, your day-to-day, moment-to-moment happiness. So let's say that your desire, as you say, life has caused you to put a tremendous amount of wealth into your vibrational reality. But now you're getting a little impatient. You're saying, all right, Abraham, I get it. It's in my vortex. How do I get the money out of the vortex and into the bank? How does the vibration become a reality for me? And we say, well, you've got to get yourself in the receptive mode so that the impulses that begin to occur to you, so that you can follow the path toward the resources and the abundance that you're wanting. But let's say you are like a lot of people, and the condition of your current bank account has your undivided attention. So you just keep noticing the money's just not there. In fact, there's just not enough money. So then we say, and others have been saying it for a long time too, although almost no one really understands what it means. We want you to have unconditional love. We want you to have unconditional abundance. We want you to have unconditional clarity, which means we want you to no longer focus upon the condition that's preventing you from the receptive mode. Because the condition, you're facing the reality. You're facing the condition, and the condition is causing you to activate a vibration that is contrary to the vibrational reality that you want. So you can't get in the receptive mode because you're too much in the see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it reality mode. So you've got to find a way to be unconditional. So here's all of this abundance over here. It is consciousness, and it is abundance, and it is yours. It's got your name on it. It's yours. You put it there. It's been assimilated for you. It is your wealth. It's yours. But you can't see it because you're over here looking at your bank statement. So we say, don't look at that anymore. You've got to find a way to no longer look at the condition of money. You've got to find another way of translating that vibration into what? Into an emotion, into a feeling of freedom, into a feeling of ease, into a feeling of choices, into a feeling. In other words, don't try to spend it right now. Just enjoy the feeling of the prosperity of it. Now, if you're able to do that, then you'll practice the vibration of it instead of the vibration of the absence of it. And in your unconditionality, you will find yourself a vibrational match to this. So as you find yourself a vibrational match to this, then ideas come. Your timing gets better. Your rendezvousing gets better. Your point of attraction gets better. Things start breaking loose for you. Opportunities start coming. All kinds of things. Because, you see, the universe, your source, your inner being, knows every avenue. In fact, in every moment, there are 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 viable, receptive mode avenues for you to follow. If you're focused upon how much money is in the bank, then in your conditional attention, the trees falling all around you in the forest, and you're not hearing any of it because you're not vibrationally in sync with it, because your facing reality has you in a whole different frequency.